The following is a live sports presentation on Glycon.
Glycon's coverage of UA Local 502 Louisville Football Friday starts now.
Good evening from Memorial Stadium here in Louisville, Kentucky. Two of the finest 6A programs in this state face off tonight. Joe Cox and Dion Reese here tonight to bring you the Frederick Douglass Broncos, the Male Bulldogs. Dion, two teams come in with a 2-3, 3-2 record respectively, but they're probably better than that record.
Oh, no doubt about it. These teams are definitely better than their record. I mean, Male faced a Trinity and a St. X back-to-back weeks. Frederick Douglass has had a couple of close losses by 7 or less. So, again, these are two competitive teams, so don't let these records fool you. Absolutely not. High-quality players, a lot of great skill players. One of the issues with these teams has been up front. Both have had some struggles on the offensive line. I expect to see that be a real point of emphasis for both squads tonight. No doubt about it. Like you said, both teams have struggled, got some inexperienced offensive line. So I think it's, for me, one of the keys is just being able to establish the running game, and that's going to be on the backs of these offensive linemen. So we'll soon see how these guys are going to perform tonight. Again, a lot of skilled players, a lot to watch for. One thing to watch for tonight's weather forecast. It is presented by HKC Roofing. For the best gutter guard on the market, call 502-212-1081 or visit roofyourhouse.com. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Weather this evening looking beautiful. Crisp 80-degree evening, partly cloudy, but not any precipitation expected. Should be a nice night for football, Dion. Oh, no doubt about it. Beautiful weather here. We're back out at the Mill High School field. My second game seeing this turf. So, again, just a beautiful atmosphere, great weather, and looking for an exciting game tonight. Two powerhouses, Douglass and Male, coming up tonight here on Glycon.
Hi, folks. Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer. Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Polo Real Estate Group, your one-stop real estate source. Founded by 1993 Male graduate Dion Reese. Contact him at 502-387-6330 or visit online at polorealestategroup.com.
Joe Cox speaking with Coach Nathan McPeek of the Frederick Douglass Broncos ahead of tonight's matchup with Mayo. Obviously, Coach, tough start to your season, but then, a couple wins in a row. Are you seeing things turn around maybe a little closer to where you would have hoped before the season?
Yes, sir. Again, I always like to say thank you to Glycod for what you guys do in covering all the players and, the programs. But, we've, kind of made a little bit of growth on the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, Brady got hurt, our quarterback, against Trinity with having an AC separation, and we had to go with the freshman quarterback with Jaden Guzman. And Jaden's done a good job. I mean, obviously, he's a freshman. He's made a lot of mistakes, but he's distributing the ball, and we're at least, simulating a passing game, versus our first couple games where we didn't play very well against Highlands and Trinity. And obviously, manual game could have went kind of either way with Jaden having to, come in that game. But, our offense is getting a little bit better. We're not where we need to be. When we played against Corbin, I felt like we probably should have been up 42-0 in the third. We had a couple drives that we kind of stalled on their side of the field. And, those are things that we got to clean up, if we're going to win tonight. And obviously, make noise in the district and the playoffs. But, our defense has been pretty solid all year. I would say that obviously that's been a strength of ours for years. And, we're flying around and making plays on defense as long as we get lined up and do what we're supposed to do. I think, we've done a good job on that side of the ball, and our special teams is getting better. So, I would say overall we're getting better.
Defensively, a couple of the guys who are making those plays, to Corey Fields, he's played really well. And then a guy whose name keeps coming up is Sion Khan. He's your second tackler. He's got some picks. He's got a fumble return for a touchdown. How are those guys doing this?
Yeah, they're, both those guys are, I think Division I players. The biggest issue for both those guys is just continuing to add size, where they're juniors. And honestly, most of our best players are juniors. We have some good seniors, but we have a lighter senior class. And, so we're relying a lot on juniors and sophomores, obviously a freshman quarterback right now. So hopefully those guys continue staying healthy and continue to grow. But, I think both those guys have had great years so far. I mean, DeCory had, 24 tackles, which is a school record against Highlands. And he's continued to, be in that 8 to 15 range pretty much every game. And, Sion is very explosive. The one thing that he's got to keep working on is his eyes. He gives up a touchdown here or there when he's supposed to be in coverage because he is an aggressive safety. So that's both good and bad. You want your safety to come downhill and make plays, but then he's a threat in the return game. He had a touchdown against Tate's Creek on, kickoff, and he's a good punt returner when he gets opportunities. So he's definitely an athlete, that's for sure. But both those guys are doing a great job.
Absolutely. That's Nathan McPeek of the Frederick Douglass Broncos ahead of tonight's matchup with Mayo coming up here on Glycod.
Buying or selling a new home, and you want to do it with few hassles? Count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. with health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycon.
Frederick Douglass and Mail. We're getting ever closer to kickoff. As we work closer, want to take an inside look at tonight's game. That is presented by Blinds Direct. Looking for the best in home decor? At Blinds Direct, they offer custom blinds, wallpaper, and more. Proudly serving Louisville for over 30 years. Visit blindsdirect.com for more. Dion, what's on your mind tonight as far as the Frederick Douglass Broncos?
You know, when it comes to the Broncos, I think it's important tonight that they really get some pressure on that male offensive line. I mean, they're inexperienced. You know, both of these teams have kind of struggled to throw the ball. So I think if they can get some pressure up front, disrupt that running game of the Bulldogs, hopefully get some pressure on Jordan Williams and possibly even create some turnovers, that could really be a key to them winning this game tonight.
Certainly. Williams had a clean pocket last week and absolutely picked PRP apart, but it's a little different this week with Frederick Douglass.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And again, you know, we were talking about this earlier. Do not let these teams' records fool you. These are two solid football teams, and we're expecting a competitive contest tonight.
Tell me a little more about the Broncos. What are other keys that stand out to you, with things that you think will be pivotal tonight?
Well, you know, I think it's going to be important, again, with these guys really not excelling at passing the ball this season so far. I think it's important that they're able to establish the ground game. Hopefully they can control the clock and, you know, keep the defense honest and maybe open up some opportunities for the passing game.
And then the other key, again, it's a freshman quarterback, Jaden Guzman, big arm, takes a few big risks. So what's the possible downside of that? What's the issue?
Got to take care of the football. You know, we the quarterback is down. We got a freshman quarterback who's going to be more than likely playing tonight. He's been the one at the helm. So, again, I expect this to be a competitive, close football game. So the last thing that they need to do is give the Bulldogs some extra opportunities to score tonight.
Absolutely. So flipping the switch then, I suppose you would say for Mail, one of the immediate things that's on their mind is to force that, is to get that football loose and to create some turnovers.
No doubt about it. Because the Broncos are struggling in that area, you know, I would hope that the Bulldogs would be focused on trying to create some turnovers and not only allow themselves some extra opportunities at the end zone, but turnovers can demoralize a team and help swing the momentum as well.
And then the other issue that you brought up, we talked about, you and I off camera a little bit, you know, Frederick Douglass has done a good job getting the football on the ground. Dakari Talbert has had 2 straight 100-yard games. Mail hasn't had the opportunity to put that together, but boy, they would sure love to have a big game from one of their backs tonight.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think it's going to be necessary for a win tonight. They're going to have to establish that ground game. Again, hopefully they can control the clock. And again, maybe it opens up some opportunities for veteran quarterback Jordan Williams to make some passes downfield.
Absolutely. And then one of the other things that stands out about this Mail team, you'll see it probably the first time they put toe to the football. They've got it. Excellent kicker. Seth Henson, one of the best in the state. Incredibly accurate. Maybe doesn't have the giant leg, but from 40 and in, he's money, and that could be important in what stands to be a pretty competitive game tonight.
Oh, no doubt. You described that special teams unit of the Male Bulldogs to a T. Seth Henson is very talented. Again, we expect this to be a close game, so him being able to control the game or the field position with his punting, as well as put 3 points on the board if the Bulldogs are struggling to get in the end zone. And do not sleep on those Bulldog returners. Colin Jefferson and a couple other guys, you give them a slither of room, and they're going to take it to the house.
Yeah, absolutely, and that one goes for both teams. We got a chance to see something special, the kick and the punt return games tonight. Don't blink on special teams, I think, on either side.
No doubt about it, man. I'm up looking forward to a competitive contest tonight.
Absolutely. This broadcast is authorized by Male High School with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation of all participating student-athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. Step aside for another break, and on the other side, some pregame comments from Male Bulldog coach Chris Wolf. Frederick Douglass and Male now less than 14 minutes away here on Glycod.
Not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Semin & Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.semin.com. Semin & Realtors, always one step ahead.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Joe Cox getting a pregame word from Coach Chris Wolf of the Male Bulldogs ahead of tonight's matchup. Coach, one of those things that I don't think you'll get a lot of sympathy tears from folks on, but unfortunately, I guess the one negative of a 57-8 win last week with PRP is you didn't get to see a lot of first-team snaps, but the offense looked good when they were in there.
Yeah, that is true. We did. I think we ultimately with 17 or 18 total snaps, and that includes backups on offense, which I'm sure that's a record low. I don't think that's ever happened, and so you're right. I have no sympathy, but it is what it is. After going through the 2 weeks against X and T, at this point we were just happy to move the ball and get some points.
Yeah, Jordan Williams, again, he only got to throw 5 passes, but from the little bit we got to see, looked very comfortable, seemed to, make his reads and all of that. You happy with the way Jordan kind of rebounded with this game?
Yeah, I was really happy, and we were able to get Savion Vaughn back into the mix. Savion had a good early season, the scrimmages, and the Butler game, and then he had a couple really nice catches against Ballard, if you remember, and he's kind of disappeared the last 2 weeks against X and T for obvious reasons. I mean, just defensively, it's just a different deal. So I was glad to see Jordan connect with him. I believe maybe 3 times. For touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly. It was that. Defensively, one guy who stood out, Brandon Fields seemed to have a nice game. He's your number 3 tackler right now, as my numbers have it. Seems to be coming on pretty well.
Yeah, very happy with Brandon. First-year starter, junior. He plays the nickel Sam position for us. And it just continues to get better and better and better. Very reliable, doesn't miss practice. No injury or anything like that where he'd miss practice. And so he just continues to get better. And you're right. He's been a guy that's really started to stand out.
Let's talk about Frederick Douglass a little bit, a team that in many ways reminds me of you guys. They're big, they're athletic, they're physical, but they're struggling some up front. What's been the focus this week in practice getting ready for the Broncos?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I was going to say the exact same thing. People have asked me, well, what's Douglas like? And I said, well, they look like us. They're in it. They have a lot of inexperience in some key spots, particularly on the line, just like us. They're dealing with starting a new quarterback, which is a little bit different. But he's now got 3 games under his belt, starting with Manuel. And I don't know. They may go back. Their starter got hurt in the Trinity game, so I'm not 100% sure. They have an elite tailback, and they have an elite receiver. So they do have some serious weapons. Defensively, they have some guys that continue to get better from their first game, where they had a close one against a very, very talented Highlands team, went double overtime, and that was a 1-point loss. In fact, had an extra point, kick an extra point in the first overtime. They win that game. They missed that extra point, and then a heavy slate of tough competition like we did with Trinity. So I think we're pretty similar, and it's just going to come down to which team probably doesn't make the mistakes and has grown a little bit more this part of the season.
Yep, that's the word from Chris Wolf ahead of males battle with Frederick Douglass coming up here on Glycod.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability, Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Frederick Douglass and Mail coming up next here on Glycod.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability, Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Almost ready for kickoff. Frederick Douglass and Mail. Douglass won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so we'll see this Mail Bulldog offense take the field right away. It should be an excellent test for the quarterback, Jordan Williams, senior passer. Again, alluded to it with Coach Wolf there. Had a nice game. It was a short game. He only played about a quarter and a half, but I think 5 of 5 for 4 touchdowns. You'll take that any day, Dion.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, again, he didn't get a lot of snaps last week, but the ones he did have were they were perfection, So hopefully he's able to carry some of that momentum into this game and have another successful night at the quarterback position.
And that's always a big deal. Interesting to see how it breaks down on the ground. Courtney Jones is the leading rusher on this team, but Tyson Kinzel, a guy who saw a lot of carries last week. In this day and age, it probably doesn't behoove you to put too much on one running back. It's good to have a couple of guys ready at that spot, and that'll be kind of Mail's MO. But Douglas, of course, it's going to be Dakari Talbert, and he'll be the man to watch for them on the ground. But two different approaches. There's merit in either, I suppose.
Oh, no doubt about it. A lot of times these days, that running back position is kind of handled by a committee of running backs. You keep fresh legs in there and, keep them pounding on that defense, and it's been successful for a lot of teams.
So Douglas already out there on the field. The white shirts, the orange pants, kind of the Miami Hurricane sort of look. Mail tonight, it's kind of the Army look. It's the black uniforms with the gold pants, gold trim. You could say, I guess, Notre Dame, although it's more of a dark blue than the black that the Bulldogs are wearing. It's somewhere between the two, we'll put it that way.
No doubt about it. I was definitely leaning Miami and Notre Dame. So, I'm expecting that sort of action and excitement tonight to do.
Absolutely. These two have only played 3 times. It's not at 1-1, so I think as the years go by, this will continue to be an excellent rivalry for both of these programs. Both of them aren't afraid to schedule anybody, anytime, anywhere.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, in terms of the public schools, these are the best of the best, and I'm expecting a very competitive ball game this evening.
Now, Douglas has got it teed up, ready to kick away. Broncos kicker is Clayton Wallace, number 80 there. Got the ball on the tee, ready to go. Tyson Mims back deep for Mail. See the other return man, Steron Davidson would be my guess. He wears 7. It's a short kick, and Mims is going to come up and grab it. Here he goes. Mims able to shake and shimmy out to around the 30-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will get started.
Yeah, short kick for the Broncos, and not a huge return, but still some solid starting field position for the Bulldogs.
Phil Higgins on the kick coverage there for Douglas. 30-yard line is where we begin. Again, the quarterback is Jordan Williams, 6-foot senior. He wears number 12. He's no new hand at these kind of games. The setback beside him is Tyson Kinzel. Number 10, he's a junior. Kinzel's actually lined up behind Williams here, who's got trips on the short side of the field. Give it to Kinzel. Kinzel plunges ahead for a yard, but no more. Well played that time by Douglas.
Yeah, I like the call by the Bulldogs. Again, we talked about it's going to be important to establish the run game. They handed off to Kinzel. Not a lot of yardage on that play, but again, it's super important that the Bulldogs, really both of these teams, establish the run game tonight.
Sion Khan there on the tackle. 2nd and 9. Shotgun formation this time. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Play fake, a little short throw out in the flat. Savion Vaughn makes one man miss. Able to move it up to about the 38-yard line. 3rd and short from there.
Yeah, Williams steps back and just, pitches it out to Savion, who was out on the left-hand side of the offense and made a guy miss and was able to get a solid game for the Bulldogs.
7-yard pickup brings us 3rd and 2 at the 38. Khan on the tackle for the Broncos once again. Let's see what direction the Bulldogs will go. Vaughn will stay in there at receiver.
Yeah, Vaughn had 3 touchdowns last week, so we'll see if he can follow up that impressive performance.
He's on the wide side. James Clark on the near side. Pistol look, Kinzel, the deep back, behind Jordan Williams. Pair of tight ends who go right to left. They hand Kinzel, and Kinzel's not going to get it. He is taken down. Well played Douglas all over it. Nelson Irakeza in there, among many others.
Yeah, they spread out the offense on that formation and hand the ball to Kinzel going left, and he just wasn't able to gain much yards on the ground that play.
The 4th and 3 punting situation. Kahn drops back to return it. Henson kicks and punts.
Very well, by the way. Kicks and punts very well.
Kahn, a dangerous man. This will be one of the things to watch. 4th and 3, Bulldogs apparently punting. Snap is clean to Henson. Gets it out of there. Gorgeous kick. It's going to hit and take a very friendly bounce for the Bulldogs and goes dead at about the 17-yard line. So Henson with quite a boot. Puts that one around 45 yards, no return, and Douglas will open backed up pretty deep in their own territory.
Yeah, great punt by Henson that time. We talked about that in the keys as well. You know, him controlling that field position, you know, with his leg on the punts, and he did it that time. So great job by Henson.
Jaden Guzman, the freshman quarterback for the Broncos, came in week 2 following an injury to Brady Ross. He's been the man ever since. 5'9" freshman, wears number 18. Dakari Talbert, the guy to watch, he's number 6. And he is an excellent running back, and he shifts into the backfield. I expect to see him have a busy night. And he's got the first carry. Here he comes. Talbert, second level. He is breaking free. One man with a shot. Can he get him? He's got a hand on him, and I don't think he did. Touchdown. Wow.
Yeah, that's a touchdown. I mean, you called it before he even touched the ball. You know, Jakari's had an explosive season, and he's capable of exactly what you just saw. I mean, they handed him the ball. The offensive line did a great job of opening up a hole. Nobody touched him. You know, within 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, it was a foot race, and touchdown Broncos. Great start for those guys.
It's a good effort to pull back and get a hand on him. But what you saw there, not only the speed to break away, but the physicality when he's challenged to find that goal line.
Absolutely. I thought it was going to be a horse collar there for a second. He was
Could
up
have
around
been,
that, from those shoulder pads.
Clayton Wallace for the extra point. Douglas sets up in the swinging gate, but now transitions into the normal kicking formation. Snaps clean. Wallace's kick. Certainly long enough. It is true. 7-0 Broncos. 9:39 to go in the opening quarter. Be right back here on Glycod.
Not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Van Treese team with Semin Realtors, always one step ahead. And Blinds Direct, your window decoration specialists.
7-0, Frederick Douglass over Bale. Dakari Talbert's had 100-yard games the last 2 weeks. He's most of the way there after one carry and an 82-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, great start for the Broncos. You know, we talked about, being able to establish the running game, and they come out and he breaks for a long one on the very first play of the game. I wouldn't doubt if the winner of this game wasn't the team with the most rushing yards. So, again, Broncos off to a great start.
Absolutely. Time for another kickoff. Mims and Davidson back to return. The boot from Clayton Wallace. Kicks a line drive this time. It's still loose. That's a live ball. And Davidson grabs it and steps out of bounds around the 17, 18-yard line. So an excellent kick there. Kind of ride the sideline a little bit. It's always dangerous if it goes out of bounds. But Clayton Wallace kept it in and backs the Bulldogs up.
Yeah, no, that was a great kick by Wallace. It was almost like he hit it. He hit it right in the perfect spot. There were no Bulldogs there, and so there's no return. And again, a nice start for this Broncos defense, actually.
So Douglas with the 7-0 lead and a good kickoff. Mail needs some momentum. Courtney Jones in at running back. He's beside Williams in the shotgun this time. One receiver wide each way. Tight end line on the left. See if they run behind him. Now they go to right, and just not much there. Got back to the line, but not anything more. Well played by Douglas.
Yeah, not much may have been an understatement. There was nothing there for Davis that time. And Davis and Kinzel will kind of, again, by committee handle those running back responsibilities. And, again, no yardage at all that time.
Big Devon Ellery, 99 inside there on the tackle, along with a host of others. 2nd and 10. Same shotgun look. This time there's a second receiver left. He's in the slot. Colin Jefferson go over the middle, tipped and picked. Grabbed out of the air, a little bit behind the receiver, and Keenan Banther able to grab the deflection and make a pick and set Frederick Douglass up just outside the red zone.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It looked like Williams was looking for Jesse Jones. He ran a short hook route there, hit him right in the hands and just bounced off, and the Broncos were able to catch it in the air for the interception and a huge turnover. We talked about that being a huge key of the game as well.
Everything going Douglas's way at this point. See if the Male defense has got a stand to make here. First down at the 22 after the interception by Banther. Guzman with Talbert beside him. He saw what he could do on his first carry. They're going to give it to him again. This time, not a smooth sailing. Picks his way. Middle of the line, gets about a yard.
Yeah, they take it right back to Talbert and made a swift move there, but just wasn't able to break free that time. But I can tell you one thing, he's dangerous. They better keep their eye on him tonight.
Beckett Kennedy up to make the tackle. He's tied for the team lead coming in tonight. 2nd and 9. Empty set this time for Guzman, and now whistles blow. Some manner of substitution issue. Talbert went out. Jeremiah Turner in the ball game in his spot. I guess an equipment issue. Now Turner will shift into the backfield beside Guzman. High snap, it's loose on the ground. And a nice play to go back and pick it up by Turner, but he is going to be hauled down for an enormous loss. And all of a sudden, Mayo breathes a sigh of relief on that one.
Yeah, really, Frederick Douglass should be breathing a sigh of relief.
That's true as well.
They could have got scooped up and going the other way. And, we talked about that earlier. They've had 6 turnovers in 5 games, so they really need to take care of that ball tonight if they want to come out here with the victory.
Now 3rd down and a mile. It's back at the 47. The first down marker is down at the 12. So 3rd and 35.
I think they call that 3rd and forever.
Yeah. Guzman in the gun. He's going to throw. Got time now. It's breaking down. Throws over the middle. Wide open completion to Bell Pointer, who's down to the 35. The 34 is still well shy of the first down. It'll be 4th down and about 22 from there.
Yeah, pretty impressive scramble by the freshman quarterback. He was had a little bit of pressure, was able to get open and roll out to the right, and actually hit a wide out for a decent gain that time.
Jerron Combs on the tackle, but a punting situation for the Broncos. And Nelson Iraquiza, the man who sets up to kick it. Davidson back to return it. Kick is very high and very short, and it hits at the 15 and then kicks back up, and Mayo gets pretty good field position out of this. Broncos are going to take, or the Bulldogs rather, will take over on their own 20, and boy, a second ago that would have sounded like an answered prayer. Here was Douglas up 7-0, first down at the 22, and now Mayo's going to take over 3 yards downfield from that.
Yeah, they were not able to capitalize off the Bulldog turnover, and looks like the Bulldogs are exactly where they were after the the kickoff there. So let's give this another shot.
From the 19. Kenzel the setback. Williams is up under center. Don't see them do this a lot. Williams gives Kenzel. No, faked. Throw out in the flat for some big yardage. First down yardage, a nice play that time. Jesse Jones went right back to him. Jesse made a mistake, so let's get him the ball again.
I like that. I mean, Jones is a really solid tight end. He had an unfortunate drop last time, so they go right back to him to help build up that confidence, and he gets the Bulldogs the first down.
Iraquiza on the tackle. First down out to the 36 for the Bulldogs. Pistol look this time. Kenzel the setback. Vaughn to the right, Clark to the left. 2 tight ends. Jordan Williams claps his hands. Here he goes. Deep ball, man out there. Incomplete. Pretty aggressive coverage over there on Savion Vaughn from the Broncos of Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, Vaughn has had the hot hands the last couple of games. I think he had 3 touchdowns from Williams last game, and tries a fly route there, but some really solid defense by the cornerback for the Broncos on that play.
Toby Robinson, the man there, able to kind of turn him around. He did a good job of, they always say, you got to look back, got to see the ball. He had good technique right there.
Yeah, in between the player and the ball, the receiver and the ball.
2nd and 10. Both receivers to the right this time. Williams gives Kenzel. He's got a seam, and he's out to the 40, maybe 41. Gets you to a 3rd and medium.
Yeah, and that's about all Kenzel needs is the seam. You know, he can really break one, so he's a tough runner with some speed. So, you know, keep your eye on him tonight.
Thurman Wade on the tackle. Bulldogs going tempo. Now Williams looks to the side. Little chess match here. Plenty of time on the play clock. Williams. Pocket breaks down. He throws deep. He's got a man out there. Tipped and incomplete. A good effort by James Clark in going for that ball, but he's not able to haul it in. Really kind of he turned to the DB and kept it away from Sion Khan out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see that a couple of more times tonight. You know, Clark's got some nice height with 6'4", so if you can put it up there, there's a good chance he's going to come down with it.
Khan now drops back to return the apparent punt from Henson. It's 4th and 5.
And for the Broncos, number 3 is Sion Khan.
4th and 5 at the 41. Henson had a great punt the first time. Gets it out of there. It's a rocket of a kick. Here comes Khan from the 13. Flag comes in, and he didn't get far anyway. Makes it to 20. I thought I saw a flag. We'll have to see, but regardless, well covered that time by the Bulldogs. And send greetings along to Seth Henson's grandfather, who we're told watches us now and again long distance. Hope he's checking it out tonight.
Yeah, shout out to senior Mr. Henson, and great coverage by the Bulldogs on that punt.
Tyson Mims got down there to cover. First down at the 21. It wasn't a flag. It was a marker where he caught the ball that I saw come flying in. Full house backfield here for Guzman. Talbert now shifts out of it. They hand it off backside, and nothing doing that time. It was Carter Ross on the carry. Rough sledding that time for Carter Ross.
Yeah, not much at all. The defensive line of the Bulldogs did a great job of getting some penetration. As soon as the running back got the ball, they were there to greet him.
Christian White on the tackle. 2nd and 10. Mentioned Beckett Kennedy. Christian White, the other Bulldog who was tied for the team lead in tackles coming into tonight. Said both of their names. They're probably still hanging around tied. 2nd and 10. Guzman with Talbert beside him. Guzman gives Talbert, and this time he's caught in the backfield and slung down. That was Christian White once again. Big number 9 making his presence felt.
Maybe that put Christian White up one that time. So a really great solo tackle. He was able to get some penetration in the backfield, and again, just another solid open field tackle by that young man.
They're down at 11. Loss of a yard there. Guzman's going to have 3 receivers to the left and 1 back to the right. Talbert right beside him. Now Talbert goes running out. Throw underneath. It's caught. 20, 25, 30. First down and more. Nice play that time. Terry Kaysen just coming underneath. catching the short pass and turning it up.
That's exactly what they did. They lined him up on the left, and he just comes across the field underneath, and Guzman was able to hit him. And he's got some athletic ability and some speed, so he was able to turn it into a first down and a great game for the Broncos.
Combs on the tackle, but not until 3rd and 11 becomes first down. Frederick Douglass now out to the 40. Well, Guzman looks pretty calm back there for a freshman.
Absolutely. I was thinking the same thing. Really mature for a young man who was in middle school last year.
Yeah. 1st and 10, both receivers wide to the right. There's a tight end that way, and now 2 tight ends. They shift left to right. High snap, gets away from Guzman again. Guzman goes back and dives on it. Boy, this has been a serious problem for the Broncos.
Yeah, that's the second high snap that we've seen right here in this first quarter, just in the last probably 5 minutes. So I'm not sure what the issue is, but somebody needs to have a conversation with that center, and so they can get that together.
Admittedly, Guzman only goes, they list him at 5'9". So he's not a large target back there, but both snaps coming in high.
And that might be with his cleats on.
Sure. 2nd down at 24 now. Back at the 26. Guzman. This time he's got it. Sets, waits, fires. Caught. Nice ball to Kane Bell Pointer, who gets back basically to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be a 3rd and around 10. But Bell Pointer, he's smooth out there for a sophomore.
He sure is. I mean, he was able to get out in that flat and get some open and get open. And again, Guzman got to applaud the freshman quarterback, was able to get it to him for a first down for the Broncos. No, we look like we're 30. They must have been 2nd and long.
Yeah, because of the botched snap.
I forget about that. Yeah.
The tackle. 3rd and 10 now. Ball's at the 40. 2 receivers each way. Guzman waits, throws, caught. Bell Pointer, can he get there? He does. First down. Cross midfield, and Kane Bell Pointer becoming a real weapon here. Picks up 13 on 3rd and 10.
Yeah, comes out, runs a nice solid curl route over the middle, and Guzman was able to hit him for another gain for the Broncos.
Actually call it a 14-yard gain to the 46. Camden Chee on the tackle, but Douglas has done a nice job on 3rd down so far.
Oh, yeah, they really are moving the ball impressive, and they on the ground and in the air. So, hats off to those guys so far.
First down at the 46. Guzman's got it. Gives Talbert. Talbert through one set of tacklers down to about the 38. Goodness.
Yeah, Talbert scares me. It looked like he can break one at any time. He was able to make some contact spin and almost gain a first down on that run.
Gavin Stevens on the tackle, picked up about 9. It is worth mentioning, as good as Talbert is, Mayle had a running back who was probably with him pound for pound, carry for carry. Chase Burton, unfortunately, due to an injury late last season, going to be unable to play this year. Boy, would love to see him out there tonight.
Yeah, huge loss for the Bulldogs. They're a totally different team when he's lined up at the running back position.
2nd and 1, ball at the 37. Guzman dropped. Boy, Mayo came in, going in for Bear right there, and Mike Pumphrey able to take Guzman down.
Great pressure by the Bulldogs. Again, we talked about that as being one of the keys. Get back there and try to disrupt that freshman quarterback, and they were able to do it on that play.
It was Jeremiah Priest, 57, not 51. My apologies, but yeah. In any case, 2nd and 1 becomes 3rd and 9.
Yeah, big 3rd down, maybe the biggest so far this game for the Bulldog defense. Let's see if they are able to step up here and make the Broncos punt.
Everybody bunched in tight. Guzman fires, caught. And where did he go out of bounds? Going to be in between the 38 and 39 that TJ Stewart is out. So he's a yard or 2, looks like 2 short. And you'd imagine this is go-for-it range.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is probably 4th down territory for the Broncos. I don't see the punter coming on, so freshman quarterback taking that play in from the sideline. Looks like they're going to try to make this thing.
4th down at 2. With some delay, we'll keep an eye on the play clock here, which is down to 12 already. I think you're going to end up seeing a timeout right here. Play clock's inside 10. Now here they come. Play clock to 5. 4th and 2. 4, 3. And there are the whistles. Yeah, I think it just got a little uncomfortable. Timeout for the Broncos before this big 4th down play. We'll take the break as well. 7-0 Frederick Douglass over Mayo here on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
They hand it to Talbert, and he's able to pick up the first down. It looked like he was going to be stopped right around the marker. He just didn't go down. Kept churning, kept digging, and able to move the sticks. Run Talbert to the left. First down Broncos.
Yeah, I didn't know which way they were going, but my call would have been to give it to Talbert, and that's the reason why. I mean, that was a really tough run. I think he broke probably 2 or 3 tackles. You know, just a really, really gutsy run to get the Broncos the first down on
First down ends the first quarter. We'll step aside for another break. We'll be right back to see what the Broncos do with this possession to open the second quarter here on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
First and 10 at the 31 for the Broncos to open the second quarter. Guzman gives Talbert. Talbert, boy, he's shifty. I mean, that could have been a loss of 2, and instead it's going to be a gain of about 2, and it's entirely on Talbert right there.
Yeah, shifty's the right word. I mean, he took one step, then took a step to the side, and before you know it, he's turned what, like you said, could have been a loss into a positive gain. Great great running back.
Avery Farrell able to take him down, pick up of 2, but it's kind of like trying to tackle a bolt of lightning.
Yeah, Talbert's off to a great start. Got a big run already. So, again, dangerous every time he touches the ball.
That actually put him at 100 yards. Guzman chucks one downfield. One-on-one, incomplete. And he had a chance at it. Receiver tried to go up and high-point it, did Caden John, and just not quite able to pull it down.
Yeah, you know, it almost looked like the wideout maybe have given the defensive back a push to the chest right before that ball got there, but no call, so we'll go with it.
Third down, Douglas 2 of 4 so far on third down.
Douglas really doing a good job of moving the ball. I mean, outside of those botched snaps, I mean, they've been able to move it on the ground and in the air.
Yeah. 4-down territory here. 3rd and 8 at the 29. Guzman trips right, Talbert beside him. Guzman got time, throws, wide open, caught. It's Bell Pointer, he's got a first down, he's still up. Inside the 20, inside the 15, goodness.
These Broncos are elusive. I mean, that was a pretty simple route. You know, they had looks like Pointer in at the inside wide out position and hit him on an out, and he was able to make 2 or 3 guys miss, and huge first down for the Broncos. They're moving into scoring position.
Priest on the tackle, 4th reception already tonight for Kane Bell Pointer. Ball's at the 15. All the receivers down to the left. Talbert right through the middle. Talbert into the end zone. Boy, that was just as clean as could be.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that could probably be their go-to for the night. Spread everybody out and hand it to Talbert. I mean, he's got some great speed, and, you know, hats off to that offensive line of the Broncos. They're doing a great job of getting him into some open space tonight.
Clayton Wallace on for the point. They shift into kicking formation. Get it down, get it up, get it away, get it through. 14-0. Frederick Douglass over Male. 10:29 to go, second quarter. Stay tuned here on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Dakari Talbert strikes twice, and it's 14-0.
Yeah, Dakari Talbert is dangerous, and he's proven that already in the first half of this football game.
Wallace to kick away. This one's going to be returned. I'm about to 13. Not much there. Return man only able to sneak out around the 20-yard line. Nice job by Douglas that time getting everybody down there. And it's Phil Higgins on the tackle.
Yeah, nice kick by the Broncos and nice coverage on that kickoff, able to stop Mill and some pretty solid field position for the defense to start for the Broncos.
So after one quarter, Jordan Williams 2 of 5 for 24 yards through the air. Of course, an interception, a play that really wasn't his fault. Hit his receiver in the hands and deflected to Douglas defensive back, but that's where we find it.
Yeah, the Bulldogs struggling to make some progress on offense here early.
2 receivers right for Williams, who's in a pistol look here. He's going to throw. Incomplete. Tried to get that one through to James Clark, and kind of physical coverage out there by Douglas, but able to break it up, and an incomplete pass. Keenan Banther, the man out there to take care of coverage.
Yeah, Banther was on Clark like a glove that time. I mean, as soon as the ball hit, you know, Banther was right there and able to prevent Clark from making a reception that time. So good defense by that man.
Savion Vaughn comes in with the play. 3 touchdown catches last week. One catch tonight.
All on slant plays. We'll see if the Bulldogs pull that same route out tonight.
Right. Play clock down to 5. Get it off. Run it inside. There's not much of anything there. A gain of probably about a yard for Courtney Jones.
Great pressure by that Broncos defensive line. Again, Met Jones in the background for a little to no gain that play.
That ball's really just across the 20. You could call it 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 10, but either way.
Yeah, Bulldogs down 2 touchdowns early. It's important that they get this ground game established. They're struggling with that right now.
Williams in the shotgun. Takes his time, fires, it's caught, a long way to go, and it's just not going there. Kamari Young able to grab it, but he only picks up a yard or two, and it'll be 4th down and long. Thurman Wade was there to stop him.
Yeah, not much at all on that play. You know, they were able to hit a guy short, but again, great defense by the Broncos, and got the Bulldogs in another punting situation. So it's going to be on Seth Hinton to try to help control some of this field position.
Sion Khan back to return. Douglas brought a little heat last time. They're looking to do that again. Snaps clean. Hanson gets it out of there. Line drive. Takes a nice bounce for Mail and will trickle dead at about the 36-yard line. Solid work from Henson. Just unfortunately, the offense and the defense not keeping pace with the special teams early in this one.
Yeah, you know, Henson has done his job, you know, like we expected. You know, he does that pretty much every game. Just really need this offense and the defense of the Bulldogs to step up. These guys are down 14-0. You don't want to let this thing get away early.
Broncos go on the attack at their own 37.
Broncos, on the other hand, doing a really good job of moving the ball on offense so far.
Had 118 yards in the first quarter. Mayo had 29. Talbert in the backfield now, beside Guzman. And here goes Talbert, sweeping right. Able to get through that first line, able to get to the second line. Picks up most of what he needs toward a first down. A nice run before Albert Bledsaw could stop him.
Yeah, I believe Talbert's over his average already. You know, we still got 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. So, you know, lining up to be a big night for that young man.
Second down out at the 44. Only 3 to go for first down. Talbert again the setback. Mayo looking to bring some pressure. They do. Talbert off the right side, first down, across midfield, down to about the 40-yard line. Again, he's so fast, he's got a nice burst, but then you make contact with him at that second level, you better be prepared to you know, bring some lunch and a shovel with you because he's going to drag you a ways.
Absolutely. He's going to make you pay for trying to bring him to the ground. And the great thing is, you know, he's keeping those legs pumping. Every time somebody makes contact, he's getting 2 or 3 extra yards just off his effort.
Steron Davidson on the tackle, but a first down at the 41. Douglas up 2 scores, and they've driven it already down to the Mayo end of the field. Guzman hands it off. It's Ross on the outside. Not much there this time. Have to see where they spot him, but it's either a short gain or a short loss. Not much there either way.
Yeah, not much room for Ross. They were trying to get him on the outside and just too many Bulldogs on the short end of the field, and he basically ran it out of bounds for a short gain.
Actually, they'll give him no gain. Put it back at the 41, 2nd and 10. Steron Davidson again there on the tackle. It's Jeremiah Turner at the running back spot this time. 2nd and 10. Guzman's got a receiver each way. He looks, he waits, he's hit, he's sacked.
Yeah,
Pocket comes down in a hurry on him.
Yeah, a really short hurry. You know, he was out there and made a couple of moves to the right or left, and there were guys in both directions. They were able to get him down for a loss. So very much needed stop for the Bulldogs there.
Steron Davidson's had the last 3 tackles, and now it's 3rd down and 15. Douglas has been brilliant on 3rd down so far. Bell Pointer's been the guy to watch, 86. He's in the slot to the left. There are 5 wideouts, or 4 wideouts, 3 left, 1 right. Guzman, he's got some time. Now it breaks down. He has to throw. It's caught. And Bell Pointer's got it, but he's taken down at about the 37, 36-yard line. So 4th down and about 5.
Great catch by Bell Pointer. Just a really solid route and a great throw by that freshman quarterback. He's really having a solid game. I'm impressed with that young man.
The 36-yard line, 4th and 5, up 2 scores. It's apparently going to be a punt. Irakiza is out there to boot it away. I would certainly have one eye open for the possibility of a fake right here.
Yeah, they're definitely in that part of the field to pull a fake, so let's see if they actually punt this ball.
Irkes has got it. Pops it up high, 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 high. Gets around the 15 and just takes a sideways kick, and it'll be down there. So Douglas does indeed boot it. When your defense is playing this well, no shock. We'll take a quick break. 14-0 Douglas over Male here on Glycod.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
So the Male defense closes that one down, get the ball back, down 2 scores. But goodness, it would certainly help things to put together a nice drive here.
Yeah, much needed stop by the Bulldogs defense. So let's see if the offense is able to capitalize.
From the 15, Williams. Actually, that's Davidson. Davidson down the side. Davidson going to be turned in just shy of midfield, but Steron Davidson comes out in the Wildcat and announces his presence right away. Corey Fields tracked him down, but a nice run.
I'm surprised we haven't seen a lot more of that this season. I mean, he's really effective at that quarterback position when they're in that Wildcat formation, and was able to bust it on the outside for a long Male Bulldog gain that time.
25 the pickup, first down at the 40 for the Bulldogs. And let's see if we're going to see more of this. It looks like it. It is Davidson again aligned at quarterback. Kenzel is the running back to his right. Steron Davidson claps for it, got it. Gives Kenzel. Kenzel with a nice seam. He's able to pick his way for a gain of about 5 out to the 45.
Yeah, solid run by Kenzel. He's done a great job at the running back position, and again, you know, we've got Steron Davidson at the quarterback position, so he's got all eyes on him. So it really opened up some things for Kenzel on that play.
Second down and 5. Sion Khan on the tackle. Davidson again with Kenzel beside him. 2 tight ends left. Davidson takes it right. Davidson got an edge. Davidson breaks free. Flag comes in late. Davidson scores, but check the flag.
What a great play by the Bulldogs. Again, they're in the Wildcat, and Davidson's back there at the quarterback position. He steps over to the right, makes one guy miss, and before you know it, it's a foot race, and he's in the end zone. But we do have a flag down on the play.
And it comes back for a hold. Flag came in well behind the play. I didn't see it one way or the other, but boy, that hit you. 55-yard run wiped off the board.
Yeah, with all that speed I saw out of Davidson on that run, I doubt any hold had anything to do with that touchdown. But
yeah,
nevertheless, it's going to be coming back.
Backs the Bulldogs up 6 yards. Go back to the 39. It'll be 2nd and 11 from there. Williams back at quarterback. Kenzel beside him. Williams gives Kenzel. Kenzel with a nice seam, and Kenzel able to take it up near the first down. Looks like he's going to be half a yard short. I'll call it a full yard short.
Yeah, the Bulldogs only returning 1 starter to that offensive line, but again, take your hats off to them. That was a great job blocking for Kenzel on that play, and he was able to turn it into a first down for the Bulldogs. I'm sorry, 3rd down still.
Yeah, 3rd and a yard. Fields on the tackle for Douglas. He's their leading tackler on the season, number 9. A 3rd down and 1. Williams at quarterback. Got the snap. No, actually, it's not Williams. Yeah, it is Williams. No. Breaking free. Nice run by the ball carrier there. That's Christian White.
Christian White, yeah, we need to see that replay. I'm not sure. Williams had us all faked out on that one. I didn't know who had the ball.
Get a look at it again. It was Christian White, yeah. So that was a new wrinkle. Didn't see that one coming. Big gain for Christian White out of the Wildcat.
Yeah, we know he's an all-star
right
on defense.
Out,
yeah, and they bring Davison back in. So great run, nice play call, and a well-needed big play by the Bulldogs.
Trying to keep up with the male quarterback on this drive has been an exercise. Davidson is the man now from the 15. Davidson hands it Kinzel. Kinzel works inside, gets to the 10, maybe even the 9. Nice run for Tyson Kinzel.
Yeah, Bulldogs starting to gain some momentum. They got a nice rhythm going here. And to be quite honest, it seems like it's all been sparked by that Wildcat offense in Davison.
Second down after the carry for Kinzel. Fields on the tackle. That time for Douglas, but by far the best offensive effort of the game. And yeah, a couple of different cooks in the kitchen on this drive at quarterback, but whatever works.
Yeah, if they can get a touchdown here, that'll be the second touchdown on this drive. So the first one got called back for a holding call. So big series for the Bulldogs. They need to get a touchdown before this first half ends.
Davidson with Kinzel beside him. Steron Davidson up the middle. Pushes the pile, not quite to the first down, but he got probably a little more than half of what he needed there.
Yeah, solid run there by Davidson. Again, they're still in that Wildcat. Looks like they're going to stay in it, and I would agree with that. You know, they've really had some success with that on this series.
Irakiza on the tackle. Call it 3rd and 3 from the 7 here.
It's like Williams is coming back in.
No, it is. It's White, Christian White.
Okay.
Yeah. White and Davidson this time. So you really got two quarterbacks here.
Right.
You can snap it either way. They've both taken snaps. Davidson the left. He's got it. Davidson sweeping right. Needs a block. Didn't get it. Going to be taken down for a loss. Well played that time by Frederick Douglass.
Oh, yeah, that was Damon Green. He was able to shed a tackle and set a blocker and actually make a nice open field tackle for a loss on that play. That was a big play by the Broncos.
So from 3rd and 3, it's now 4th and 11. Go for 3 with Henson. Let's see.
You think they put 3 points on the board?
I think they're probably going to just let the clock run down and then figure out what they want to do. The gap between the play clock and the game clock is about 11, 12 seconds. So it's running. Play clock is down to 10. That definitely seems to be the plan. They're going to drain the clock as far as they can and call timeout and then figure out what they want to do. And so there is the timeout. Says 12 on the game clock. We will take the break as Mail figures out what to do on 4th down. Coming up here on Glycod.
When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Seminole Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.seminole.com. Seminole Realtors, always one step ahead. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
The Bulldog effort for 6 has faltered, and now Seth Henson on for a 32-yard field goal try on 4th down. Just inside the right hash. Davidson the holder. Henson now going to walk up there and then back off for his usual distance. Right-footed kicker. And now whistles blow, and I guess Frederick Douglass wanted to ice him a little bit here. That is indeed the situation. We will take a quick break as well. 14-0. Mail trying to get on the board here on Glycod.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
3rd and 3, I think Nail was thinking touchdown, but on 4th and 11, it's really just a no-brainer. You pretty much have to come out here and kick the ball.
Yeah, we talked about this as one of the keys to the game. You know, for whatever reason, the Bulldogs were struggling to get in the end zone. They needed to lean on Henson to get them at least 3 points on the board, and they're going to give it a shot here right now.
Again, it'll be 32 yards out. Mr. Ron Davidson, the holder, kneels down just inside the right hash.
Henson will typically hit these in his sleep, so let's see he can stay on mark on this field goal.
1 of 1 on the season. Snaps there, kicks out of there. Did it go? It did not. It was wide to the left. No good.
Rare miss by that young man, especially from that distance right there. He does not miss many, but unfortunate that the Bulldogs were not able to get on the board, especially after getting to the end zone and having it called back for the holding. Tough way to finish the half for the Bulldogs.
Absolutely. Still got a few seconds on the clock. Let's see if the Broncos will just take a knee and take it to the locker room. Of course, they're going to get the football to open the second half. So I think Coach McPeek's pretty happy with being up 14 and everybody's bunched in.
Yeah, they're going to keep it safe and get into halftime with this 14-0 lead, which is a smart call.
Guzman will kneel down and send us to intermission. 2 big runs by Dakari Talbert. The difference early. It's Frederick Douglass 14, Mail 0. We'll be back to recap the first half. Get ready for the second half coming up here on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer. Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome to Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pitmasters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up.
How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue! Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, a tradition of corporate excellence and community service. For more, visit tfcfamily.com.
Halftime finds us with Frederick Douglass in the lead at 14-0. Tonight's scoreboard, which you're getting throughout, presented by our good friends over at Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you. 7508 Preston Highway, 502-968-5657. You know, I went driving down Preston Highway tonight before I came here, just scouting them out, just making sure I knew where it was.
Did you see the man in the big white hat?
I did not go in and beckon to the man in the big white hat, but it's early. And this game, we thought this game started a half hour later than it actually started. So that bodes well for the chance of some post-game barbecue.
Awesome. Yeah, man, if you guys can make it down there, that's definitely the place to be if you want some barbecue.
Well, so far it's been about some big plays for the Broncos of Frederick Douglass. Obviously the most notable one, first offensive snap of the game, Dakari Talbert tears off an 82-yard run. And just the first half largely, I think it was the Dakari Talbert show. You've kind of seen the difference that he can make for a Douglas team that's still, they're young. They're kind of finding their way. Their quarterback's a freshman. Their best receiver tonight's a sophomore. But, boy, they look a lot older when Dakari Talbert starts ripping off 10 and 20 and 80-yard runs. That gets you better in a hurry.
They also look a lot faster. These guys have got some speed, some agility, and Dakari's looks like he's at 9 carries. Is that 9 carries, 138 yards, 15 yards per carry, and he's running the ball like that tonight. He's a danger to break it every time he touches it.
He's got the 2 touchdowns. Mail toward the end of the half went to something a little different, started going to a Wildcat package, and they had some success with that, running the ball with Steron Davidson, and then Christian White came in and broke a 37-yarder. They thought they had a touchdown. Davidson took 155 yards, came back on a holding call, still able to drive it down close, but a third down play got blown up and then ended up with a Seth Henson field goal attempt that went wide to the left. So 14-0, but it really feels in many ways like it's been a closer half than that score would indicate.
It's definitely a closer half, and one of the positive lights for the Bulldogs right there at the end, that was probably one of their most positive drives when they brought Davison in and started running some of that Wildcat offense and actually scored a touchdown that was called back. So hopefully they can bring some of that offensive momentum to start the second half.
Yeah, I think there's a very good chance we see some more of that. In any case, it's halftime. Both of these schools on fall break. The crowd might be a little lighter than normal because of that, but fall break week for everybody. A good point to mention, Mail's going to be honoring some of its legendary alumni next week. Their game with Southern, which we'll have on the broadcast. They're hoping to have a lot of players back from some of those legendary Bulldog championship teams. I heard Bob Redmond, Chris Redmond both mentioned as hopefully in attendance, but so far, Frederick Douglass, they're building up their resume tonight.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, building up a resume. Dakari Talbot having a great night at the running back position, and we've mentioned Jaden Guzman on multiple occasions. I mean, for him to be a freshman quarterback, he's really looking poised back there, stepping back, and he's not making any mistakes, and just doing a good job of leading this Broncos offense tonight.
Absolutely. We're going to step aside for a quick break. We will be back. Give you a few numbers from that first half and get you ready for the second half. 14-0. Douglas in the lead over Mail here on Glycod.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Semin & Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.semin.com. Semin & Realtors, always one step ahead.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
14-0 Frederick Douglass over Male here at halftime. And then a fair amount of parrying back and forth, but for a look at tonight's first half scoring, it's brought to you by German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. That's German American Bank. Pretty easy recap because it's all about Dakari Talbert, 82-yard run off the right. That was with 9:39 to go in the opening quarter. Extra point from Wallace makes it 7-0. And then Talbert adds on a 15-yard touchdown run. That one comes with 10:29 to go in the second quarter. Wallace again good on the extra point. That's the scoring situation. It's interesting, you had said early in the game you thought the team that ran for more yards would win the game. And with a 14-0 lead and 137 yards for Dakari Talbert, you wouldn't think this was the case. But Male actually has more rushing yards at halftime than Douglas, 86-82. Admittedly, some of that issue is some bad snaps that have gotten away from the Broncos have cost them, looks like -42. But still, Male actually has the rushing yardage battle in their favor. The time of possession is almost even. The Bulldogs just have to tighten up a few things. They've got to be – they're 1 of 5 on third down. That's something I think you look at and look to improve on. And, boy, that holding penalty was just an absolute killer. That's actually the only flag of the first half.
And a terrible flag. Out of all the times to get a flag, it's when, you're standing in the end zone. Again, just really had some success with that Wildcat lineup for the Bulldogs and Davison at the quarterback position, but had that overturned by the mistake with someone holding.
Again, a rundown on the numbers. Talbert, 9 carries, 137, 2 touchdowns. Of course, 82 of those came on his very first carry. Other than that, Carter Ross has 2 carries for nothing. Jaden Guzman, 2 for -13. Those are both sacks. And then officially the team, 3 for -42 for bad snaps that have gotten away. Well, 2 of those, and then the kneel down at the end of the half. But the story with Guzman, 7 of 8 for 93 yards through the air. Just very efficient, very clean. 5 of those completions to Kane Bell Pointer for 66 yards. Kane Bell Pointer had caught 6 passes all season coming in. If he catches a ball in the second half, he's even with that tonight.
I mean, it's hard to believe from what I've seen tonight that he's caught six passes in 5 games. I mean, because he's had a solid game tonight. He runs routes really well. He's shown that he can catch the ball and gain some yards after the catch. So that young man's off to a very impressive start.
For Mayo, the leading rusher is Christian White. He came in the Wildcat package, took 137 yards. Steron Davidson, 4 for 24. Tyson Kenzel, 6 for 24. Courtney Jones, 2 for a yard. Jordan Williams, 3 of 7, 26 yards through the air with an interception. Again, we were clear on this. The interception, not his fault. Threw a ball over the middle to Jesse Jones. Jones kind of juggled, and it ended up getting intercepted by Douglas. But however they scheme it up, however they do it, you feel like Mayo, to get back in his game in the second half, needs to get the ball in the hands of those guys out wide. Steron Davidson, Colin Jefferson, maybe Christian White if they're going to continue that. And you could do that in the Wildcat, or you can do that with the screen game or with some short safe passes, but you would think that would be a key focus here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I feel like those Male high school wideouts have been a little quiet the last couple of games. They just really haven't been able to make connection with those guys, and it's not because they're dropping balls or they can't get open. I think they just can't get the ball to them right now, and a huge part of that is having some success in the running game. I don't think Wolf drew it up that White would be their leading rusher at halftime, but he is, and hopefully they can have some more success with that Wildcat offense and put some points on the board.
Absolutely. That's the order of things here at intermission. 14-0. We're going to step aside for a break. Second half will be on the way before you know it. Douglas 14, Mayo 0 here on Glycod.
Miller's Ace Hardware is more than a store, a proud community partner. They're the place for answers to your home repair or improvement questions. Mention this ad and receive a refilled propane tank for $19.99. Visit the helpful Miller's Ace folks at any of their 4 Louisville locations: Preston Highway and Gilmore Lane, St. Matthews, Taylor Boulevard, or the West End. And remember to download the Ace Hardware app for rewards when you shop.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational, solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets. Cuckoo Crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
14-0 Frederick Douglass over Mayo at intermission. Tonight's broadcast would not be possible without the support of our corporate partners. Please let them know how much you appreciate their commitment to providing free-to-watch high school athletics programming on Glycod. I know we appreciate them. If you appreciate them, yes, for goodness sakes, let them know. Meanwhile, the scoreboard, there's a lot of the big dogs of the Kentucky scene playing other big dogs tonight. We're kind of talking about that during the break. Trinity trailing Cincinnati St. X. Louisville St. X is down at Boyle County tonight. And, I give my credit to these teams here tonight. I feel like there has been a definite emphasis on increasing the quality of your regular season schedule. You want to play, it seems like for some of these schools, as many tough teams as you can, as often as you can, just in the thought that, hey, this is all one big dress rehearsal for the postseason anyway.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I mean, the last thing you want to do is, line up this cupcake, regular season and then go out in the first round. So, again, I mean, they really stack these schedules up pretty tough to the point where when they get to the playoffs, you're ready and you know where you stand.
Right. And I suppose another factor in that is that for these teams tonight in particular, it's not always very even in district play. I mean, you and I were here for the PRP male game. It was 57-8. It's hard to get a whole lot of meaningful experience in a game like that, and there will be some of those for both of these teams. So when you get a chance to really latch the helmet on and hit somebody, it's probably a little bit better use of your time than to win by 50 against a team that wouldn't beat you, on any given Friday night.
Yeah, for sure. I believe Wolf said they got off like 17 or 18 offensive snaps. I mean, and that was the whole game. Right. So you're not going to get a whole lot of improvement out of that. So these are the type of games where, you can prepare your team for the playoffs.
Yeah, 20 tonight already. So, yeah, after a half, been more of that. And obviously more focused. Many of those 17 or 18 probably had second and third and maybe even some fourth-team guys in there for the Bulldogs. And tonight it's going to take a rally, but, that Wildcat stuff was pretty interesting. Let's see what that develops into here in the second half.
Yeah, again, I think this is a lot closer game than the 14 to zip score that you see on the scoreboard, and hopefully the Bulldogs can come out fighting for the second half.
Henson to kick it away. Bell Pointer and Kahn back to return.
Broncos of Frederick Douglass will receive the second half kickoff. Seth Henson in kickoff formation for the Dogs.
Seth Henson boots it. Long drive and kick that's going to go halfway into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, status quo for Henson. I think he kicks about 85%, maybe 90% of those through the back of the end zone.
It almost gets to the point where when he doesn't, you assume he didn't want to because, it seems pretty automatic for him.
No doubt about it. And, talk about automatic. This Frederick Douglass offense has really been moving the ball well. And so if the Bulldogs want to come back from this 14-0 deficit, they need some stops.
7 first downs to that first half for Douglass, 3 for the Bulldogs. Jaden Guzman's got a full house backfield. Heath slings it out wide. Short yardage gain, although the receiver does a nice job. Puts his head down and picks his way. I believe that's Jeremiah Turner who's able to get up to about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, Guzman, who's had a solid game just all around, especially throwing the ball, was able to hit the wide out there on the screen. But it was pretty well covered by the Bulldogs, but he was able to escape and get a nice gain on first down.
Second down and 3 at the 27. Brandon Fields on the tackle for Mayo. Same formation. It's Carter Ross on Guzman's left. He hands to the other back. That's Turner, and he's taken down in the backfield this time. Bulldogs able to get some penetration and break that one up.
Yeah, Turner started left and didn't see anything and cut back right. And there was even less to see there. And I believe the Bulldogs may have gotten him for a loss on that play.
That's back to the 26, 3rd and 4.
Nice start for this Bulldog defense in the second half.
Talbot the setback now on 3rd and 4. Freshman quarterback Jaden Guzman has got Talbot on his right. Slings it out, caught, turning upfield. It's a first down for the Broncos. They needed 4. They got about 6.
Is that Terry Kaysen out there?
I believe it is, yes. Kaysen's been the leading receiver this year, and he's able to move the sticks.
Yeah, Guzman was able to hit him on the screen again to the right, and they've done a great job of making the Bulldogs miss. I mean, you know, they're making that first guy miss on a regular basis.
Fields with the tackle, but the gain moves it out to the 32. First down there. Talbert the setback. They give it to him. Talbert works the right side. Talbert gains around 5, shoved out of bounds. We'll have to see exactly where they spot him, but nice job turning it up and get some productive yards.
Man, at 5'9", 175, I'm looking at his height and weight because he is tough. I mean, he is difficult for these Bulldogs to get to the ground. I mean, he's averaging 15 yards a carry, so you know, you can't really go wrong handing it to Talbert tonight.
Now, he runs like he's 200-plus until he gets in the open field, and then he looks like he's about 145. So
absolutely.
He's got the whole package. 2nd and 5. Douglas runs it backside, picking their way, I think, about a yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, these Douglas running backs are doing a great job hitting the hole. You know what I mean? They're running hard. But you got to give it to this Douglas offensive line. They're doing a great job of getting a push up front and giving these guys some space to run in.
There's Turner on the carry. 3rd and a yard. Davidson on the tackle.
Just hike it and hand it to Talbot, right?
That would be my thought. Tight ends move from the right to the left. They weren't looking for the snap, and a flag comes in.
Nobody was looking for the snap.
No.
Talbot, Guzman, yeah, I'm not sure what that was about, but some miscommunication with the Broncos there.
So it'll be a false start. And you can't decline it, or they would gladly take 4th and 4, so instead it'll be 3rd and 6.
Again, with the way the Broncos have been running the ball tonight, this is very, very doable for this offense.
3rd and 6 at the 36. Trips left for Guzman. Talbert's also on his left. Guzman to throw. Got time, fires caught, first down. Just makes a nice play. Sitting down there, DeAndre Clay able to catch it, take it out to midfield.
Yeah, nice route by DeAndre Clay. And again, man, Guzman's having a solid night throwing the ball, putting the ball right where it needs to be, and a big first down by the Broncos.
Davidson on the tackle, but not until first down at the midfield stripe. That really, I think, has been the difference tonight. Jaden Guzman's just been one cool customer back there in the shotgun.
Yeah, he's not showing any signs of being a freshman quarterback.
2 receivers left. Gives Talbot. Talbot on the backside, and this time Mayo strings it out and takes him down. Looks like for a loss.
That's a rare thing for Talbot tonight. And again, every time he touches the ball, I feel like, he's probably going to break it. He's super patient back there. He'll wait till he finds an open, and, within a blink of an eye, he's in the hole and running up the field.
2nd and 12, back to the 48. Broncos taking their time. Already a third of the third quarter clock has run off. Guzman and Talbot. Guzman sets, fires, caught. Nice ball over the middle to Terry Kaysen. He's able to turn it into a 3rd and 4 after that pickup of about 8.
Yeah, Guzman's done a great job of finding Kaysen tonight. He's getting open, getting downfield, and again making the catch for another big play for the Broncos.
Kennedy on the tackle, 3rd and 4, Douglas. Talbot shifts from the left to the right of Guzman. They give it to Talbot. Talbot runs through an arm tackle, first down, all the way outside. Keeps on his feet down to the 10-yard line. Goodness, what a run.
Yeah, I was keeping account that time. He made the first 4 guys miss. So it took 5 guys to get him down, Wow. Man, he's running with some power and some speed. That kid is he's a solid running back and doing a great job tonight.
First and goal at the 10.
Excellent job of making guys miss.
Talbert comes off here. Like he had a little bit of a limp.
He's got to be pushing 200 tonight, I would think, at this point.
Got to be working on it. Carter Ross in the backfield now. They throw into the end zone, into and out of the hands of DeAndre Clay. A little bit high, but it looked like he pretty much put it on the numbers.
He hit him right in the hands. It was a bit high, but he's supposed to come down with that one. Just another great pass by the freshman quarterback, Guzman. He's having a solid night tonight. That was not on him. He hit it. He put the ball right where it needed to be.
A second and goal from the 10. It's Turner, the running back. He's on Guzman's right. One receiver each way. They'll show some pressure. Guzman, here it comes. And they don't get him. Guzman rolling, Guzman running. He makes about the 5. Wow, that was some kind of blitz, but give it Guzman credit again. Didn't panic, just tucked it, ran for about 5 yards.
Another heads-up play by the freshman quarterback. I mean, that was a ton of pressure. I just knew that was going to be a loss. He was able to dip to the left and, elude, 2 or 3 guys for a positive gain.
Avery Farrell on the tackle, third and goal at the 5. Broncos looking to the sideline. They have now eaten half of the third quarter clock on this opening drive. And whistles blow, and I assume the Broncos are going to talk about it. They will. Third and goal at the 5 upcoming. 14-0 Douglas over Mayo on Glycod.
Miller's Ace Hardware is more than a store, a proud community partner. They're the place for answers to your home repair or improvement questions. Mention this ad and receive a refilled propane tank for $19.99. Visit the helpful Miller's Ace folks at any of their 4 Louisville locations: Preston Highway and Gilmore Lane, St. Matthews, Taylor Boulevard, or the West End. And remember to download the Ace Hardware app for rewards when you shop.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Third down and goal at the 5. Big play coming up here, certainly.
Yeah, huge play for the really for this Male Bulldogs defense. The Broncos can go a long way to putting this thing away almost if they can get in the end zone here.
Dakari Talbert out there at the setback. He is on the quarterback Guzman's left. He's got 2 touchdowns. They're going to give it to him. Well played that time by Mayo, and they bury him right around the line of scrimmage that time.
Yeah, typical tough run by the is it Talbert? Yeah, by Talbert, and but wasn't able to get much room that time. The Bulldogs got into the backfield, were able to get him to the ground. A rare thing in terms of that happening this evening.
Christian White on the tackle. Don't have any field goal attempts listed for Douglas on the season. Clayton White is 13 of 14 on extra points, and this one basically is an extra point. It's about a 22-yard kick. A little bit left of center. Pretty makeable kick for the junior. Snap is high. They get it down, and it's blocked. It is blocked, and Mayo turns him away. Well, that certainly could alter momentum. Douglas eats up 7 minutes of clock, but they'll come away without any points.
Yeah, again, like you said, just a great job of eating up some clock. I mean, that was a solid textbook drive by the Broncos, but the Bulldogs stopped them from getting in the end zone or getting any points by blocking the field goal. So nice start for that Bulldog defense in the second half.
Beckett Kennedy, the man who made it happen, and that's the good news. The bad news now for Mayo is you take over 1st and 10 on your own 9.
Yeah,
be careful what you ask for sometimes.
Well, back to some good news. I mean, they had some success last time they were out on the field to in the first half. So let's see if some of that momentum carries over.
Jordan Williams at quarterback, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Courtney Jones, the setback beside him. Williams got time, got all kinds of time. Throw over the middle is too high, and it's going to miss James Clark.
Yeah, had plenty of time. They were trying to hit James Clark over the middle, and there was some solid coverage by the Broncos, but Clark wasn't open, and Williams, for the most part, just threw that one away.
Sion Khan, the man there in coverage. He's a danger anywhere on the field.
Yeah, we're calling his name all over the field tonight.
Had 4 tackles in the first half. He's probably their best pure coverage guy. Got a couple of picks on the year and a fumble return for a touchdown.
And that's saying a lot because they've got some great athletes on that Broncos defense.
2nd and 10 at the 9. Williams. Pistol look. He's got it. He sets. He fires. Got a man out there. It's caught. Up near the 20. That's Savion Vaughn. Out to about the 27-yard line.
Yeah, Savion had a bunch of success last week with 3 touchdowns running the slant route. That time he gets open on the out route, was able to bring it in for a much-needed first down for the Bulldogs.
Toby Robinson hanging on for dear life with the tackle out at the 27. First down, Mayo.
You know, we talked about it earlier. They were having some success with that Wildcat offense. It'll be there's Davison in now. I'm not sure if they're going to the Wildcat, but yeah, they had some success. I would expect to see that here soon.
Apparently it was get out of danger zone and turn it loose because, yeah, Davidson in the backfield now. Whistles blow. Got a timeout, Mayo. They were going to talk things over. We'll take that break as well. 14-0 Frederick Douglass here on Glycod.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
And we're back. First down for Mayo, and then I think they want to make sure they get what they are wanting here if they do indeed go Wildcat or if you stick with the traditional offense. But this is certainly an important drive now in the latter half of the third quarter. Down 2 scores, you need points on the board.
Oh, they definitely need some points. And again, like you said, that Wildcat offense that come in. I don't know if there was some confusion on who needs to be in the game, but they called a timeout, and here we go.
Davidson and Courtney Jones, the backfield here. Davidson 7, Courtney Jones wears 4. There's 1 receiver each way, but they're probably window dressing here. Davidson, no, they gave it to Jones. Jones through the middle, makes a couple of guys miss, and ends up with a nice gain. Not quite to a first down, but he got about 8 there.
Definitely a strong run by Jones that time. I mean, there wasn't really a lot there, but he was able to make something happen. Even went down at one point in time and bounced off the ground off of his hand to gain a couple of extra yards. So solid run by the young man.
Second down and about 1.5 yards here. Christian White in there. He's number 9.
Christian had a big run earlier. We'll see if they try to get the ball back into his hands. He's quite the load to bring down.
Kenzel's the setback with him. White keeps it. White, first down, out to about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, I like the call. They just hike it back to White, and he just quarterback draw right up the middle and punishes a Bronco for trying to bring him to the ground.
Mayos moved it out from their own 9 to the 44. First down here, Davidson checks back in. Davidson and Jones now.
Yeah, Mel's got a ton of talent out there. It's just really about just finding the right guy and putting them in the right space.
Steron Davidson, 5'10 senior. Well, they give it to Jones this time, and not much there. Jones able to pick his way for a couple yards.
Yeah, not much at all. He had a big play last time he touched the ball, but Broncos were all over that one and stuffed him right there at the line.
Second down and 8, ball out to the 46. Here comes Christian White and Tyson Kinzel. Kind of platooning backfields here.
Yeah, both of which are dangerous with the ball in their hands. So let's see what direction they go.
Second and 8, Christian White. He's got it. He's going to keep it. He goes across midfield. Taken down about a yard shy of the first down marker at the Douglas 47-yard line.
Yeah, Bulldogs having some success with Christian White at the quarterback position. He's really having a solid night running that ball up the middle. Again, such a big kid. He's tough to get to the ground.
Keenan Banther on the tackle. Actually, now they move it back to the 48, so call it a 3rd and 2. I believe it's Davidson this time. Looks like it. Davidson calls his own number, and he's got the first down. Down to the 41-yard line.
Looks like the Bulldogs might be on to something. See who's got the hot hand, put him at quarterback, and run him right up the middle.
Banther on the tackle for Douglas.
Davidson coming off the field with a slight limp.
So here goes Kinzel and Christian White.
Bulldogs doing a really good job of mixing it up. I have no clue what they're about to do now.
It's Christian White at quarterback, Kinzel beside him. First down from the 41. Ball's on the ground, and Kinzel has to fall on it, which he does.
Yeah, that's a good call. I'm not sure what happened. Just a bad snap for some odd reason. Kinzel did a good job of just, saving the ball, and let's live to see another down.
Second down at 13 after the loss. Christian White comes over to Coach Chris Wolf. He's got both duos standing there. And it'll be Davidson this time, along with Courtney Jones. Play clock's at 10. They're going to have to hurry or call a timeout. Play clock is to 5. Whistles blow, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, Wolf could tell they weren't going to be able to make it out when they hadn't called a timeout.
Yep. Timeout Bulldogs. They're on the move. Down 2 scores the last minute of the third quarter. We'll be right back here on Glycod.
Miller's Ace Hardware. Miller's Ace Hardware is more than a store, a proud community partner. They're the place for answers to your home repair or improvement questions. Mention this ad and receive a refilled propane tank for $19.99. Visit the helpful Miller's Ace folks at any of their 4 Louisville locations: Preston Highway and Gilmore Lane, St. Matthews, Taylor Boulevard, or the West End. And remember to download the Ace Hardware app for rewards when you shop.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
So Mayo coming back on the attack here, trailing 14-0, but their longest drive of the game, they started at their own 9. They are down to the Douglas 44. They were down to the 41. Bad snap took it back to the 44. Second down there.
Yeah, Bulldogs really need to get some points on the board.
Davidson at quarterback here. He's going to throw. Davidson. He's got a man out there, and I think it's caught. That was just an absolute looper of a pass, but Jesse Jones went up and got it. Well, he just threw a lollipop down there. Go get it.
That was a little dangerous. I'm not sure if we ought to run that one again. Davidson did end up with the completion there, but that was almost up for grabs. Nevertheless,
going to stick with it here.
Yeah, nevertheless, first down for the Bulldogs. Yep. They really needed that.
30-yard line, so the negative play on the bad snaps off the board now. First down at the 30. Davidson's got Courtney Jones beside him. Davidson trying to work that edge. Cuts it in and gains a couple. Wasn't for lack of effort on that one.
Absolutely not. I mean, I thought he was actually going to break that. He made his way right and stopped on a dime and cut back left and was able to pick up a couple extra yards. Looked like he may be shaken up on the play.
That one's going to end the third quarter. Fourth quarter will open with Mayo driving deep in Douglas territory here on Glycod.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Second down and 8 as Mail prepares to get it going here in the fourth quarter. Rushing battle still close. Douglas 128, Mail 117. But the Bulldogs have got to convert those yards into points. Second down and 8. That's White. White. This time not going to fool anybody. Might have gotten back to the line, might not have even done that.
Yeah, that looked like he might have been taken down for a loss. He had faked it to Kinzel and to the right, and he took off left. But, again, the Broncos got into the backfield and were able to get him to the ground pretty quickly.
Yeah, ball goes back to the 33rd and 10 there, opening this fourth quarter.
Big third down for the Bulldog offense. They really need to get some points on the board on this drive if they want to try to win this game.
Jordan Williams going to be back in there. Savion Vaughn, Kamari Young. Tyson Kinzel's going to be the setback. 2 receivers left, 1 right for Williams. Williams throws it downfield. Got a man, it's incomplete. Went up for it and just not quite able to grab it. Tried to sneak one in there to James Clark, but a little bit tall.
Yeah, no pun intended, because James Clark is a little bit tall. He's a lot tall, actually, at 6'4", and Jordan Williams dropped back and, again, just basically threw him a jump ball. It looked like it hit him in the hands, but he just wasn't able to come down with it.
The 4th and 10, you would assume probably a go-for-it situation here.
I would say so.
If you had gotten the field goal before half, you might kick a field goal again possibly, but you got to have a touchdown here probably.
Yeah, they're going for it.
Kinzel's the setback, and Williams is the quarterback. Williams getting pressure, getting a lot of pressure, and he's going to be hit and dropped right about the line of scrimmage. This was looking, and about the time that he hit the line of scrimmage is about the time that the rush hit him, and he swarmed under Tim Jackson, one of the Broncos there, along with Devin Lattimore.
Yeah, a bit too much pressure there for Williams, but he made a heads-up play instead of trying to force something downfield. Let's get what you can, and, we got the defense in a solid position in terms of trying to get a stop on the offense of the Broncos.
So a couple of promising Mail drives have turned into no points, and it's going to be hard to come back from now. Kari Talbert's in that backfield. Through 3 quarters, 13 carries, $174 for Talbert.
He's got a solid game already, and we're just starting the fourth quarter.
Here he goes. Talbert picks his way, shoves the pile, gains about 4 yards out to the 34.
A couple steps forward, a step right, a step left, a couple more steps forward. I mean, he's really shifty back there at the running back position.
I think this is kind of what Coach McPeek envisioned from him in the preseason. We talked about him before the year, and he said this guy should probably get in that conversation about Mr. Football, and I can see why.
Oh, yeah, he's explosive when he gets the ball in the backfield and gets in some open field.
Second down and 6, 2 receivers right, 1 left for Guzman. Talbert beside him. Bad snap, it'll be Talbert. Talbert lowers his head. I think he's just shy of the first down. But he's not much shy.
Yeah, another solid run by Talbert. It would take him to take a bad snap and turn it into a positive gain.
Jerron Combs on the tackle for Mail, 3rd and a yard.
Third and short. I think I'm going back to Talbert.
I think I'd run him until he didn't want to run.
Me and you both.
And Guzman's 11 for 13 tonight for 127. It's no offense to him, but he gives Talbert. Talbert, first down. And they covered it pretty well, and he still just picked up 3 yards.
Yeah, it seems like, you hand Talbot the ball, and he's already got 3 yards. I mean, that man is having he started off with, was it a 95 or 82-yard touchdown?
82-yard run, yeah.
Yeah, 82-yard run, and he hadn't slowed down much since that first touchdown to start the game.
Bledsaw tackles him out, call it the 41. Got Talbot at 185 now for the game. Been a while since you've seen a running back come in here and run for $185.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it doesn't happen often at all. And again, we talked about, whoever won that, that line of scrimmage and that rushing game could probably come away with the victory.
They give it to Ross. Short yardage, puts his head down, plugs his way out for about a yard, makes the 43.
Yeah, we had talked about the establishing the running game for the Broncos as one of the keys, and they have no doubt about it, established the running game, and they're doing a good job of controlling this clock and eat away at this ball game right now on the ground.
Gavin Stevens on the tackle for Mail, 2nd down. It's the full house backfield. Ross is on Guzman's left. Turner is on his right. Now Ross goes in motion. They give it left to Turner. Turner with a nice seam. Turner with a first down run. Out to about the 48-yard line. Moves the sticks.
Jeremiah Turner, solid run. He started off right and made a few yards there and was able to cut back left and pick up even more and get the Broncos a first down.
Combs on the tackle, but not until first down, Douglas.
That clock is steadily churning on the Bulldogs as well, so they better be mindful of that.
Need big plays, and you need them in a hurry. Ball's in between the 47 and the 48. The first down for Douglas. Guzman hands it off. Run it inside. A nice run that time for Turner. Makes his way down to the 41.
Yeah, nice burst by Turner. He's got some energy and some speed himself and is running that ball hard. It was a great game by the Broncos on that first down.
Combs on the tackle. Yeah, Turner brings a nice change of pace here, junior running back. Shotgun look here for Guzman. I believe that's Turner on his left. 2nd down, and long 3, short 4. Hand it Turner. Turner left side, and Turner moves the sticks himself. First down to about the 36-yard line. And the Bulldogs just grinding it out here.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with this Broncos offense. Again, those guys up front are doing a great job, and they've got several backs that are just, running hard and making guys miss, and they're keeping those chains moving with that system.
Nathan McPeek was an offensive lineman himself, and you can see his influence on these guys up front. It's a young group, an inexperienced group, much like Mayo having to replace almost the whole line, but they are coming along.
Yeah, they're playing great tonight.
Full house backfield from the 36. This is Turner, left side. And this time Mayo's ready for him, and they stop him probably around the line of scrimmage. He might have pushed forward for half a yard.
Yeah, if he was lucky. It looked like one of the Bulldogs caught him in the backfield as soon as he got the ball, and a very, very much needed stop for the Bulldogs. Yeah, the Bulldogs are actually playing against the clock here as well.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate part about going to the Wildcat offense. It ground out a lot of yards, but it ground out a lot of minutes too. And now I think Douglas is going to take this one to the sideline and talk about it. We were awaiting the signal, but with 20 on the play clock, they can let it run for a minute.
Yeah, they're going to let that thing run all the way down, as they should.
Take the game clock down near 5 minutes. So Still awaiting the official call, but with the entire Douglas team gathered on the field, I'm pretty sure we're going to see it. And there it is.
And there is a timeout on the field.
Timeout by the Broncos, and we will step aside as well. 5:11 to go, 14-0 Douglas here on Glycod.
You cannot depend on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup? No, thank you.
But you can always depend on her car starting because she has an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Second down at 9, and Frederick Douglass just grinding some clock here. I mean, the time of possession numbers are going to be pretty close. Through 3 quarters, it was 19 minutes for Douglas, 17 minutes for Mayo. But they are really leaning on the back of that ground game and just trying to put this one to bed.
Yeah, they're on their way to putting it to bed. They can continue to move that ball on the ground like they have.
Douglas opened the season on a 3-game losing streak. 2 of those were single-score losses, but they seem to be getting it right as they go. 2nd and 9 at the 35. Guzman's going to chuck one. 1-on-1, incomplete, and there comes a flag in. I frankly thought the receiver gave about as good as he got on that one.
Yeah, I really couldn't tell. I definitely was a lot of contact on that one. Let's see what they give it to.
Not one of the better balls Guzman's thrown today. It'll go against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the last thing the Bulldogs needed right now was a pass interference. And yeah, because, you get these Broncos down, in the red zone. They're going to be tough to keep out of the end zone.
20-yard line, first down there. Douglas did have a possession in the first quarter where they took over after an interception at the Mayo 22, but a bad snap put them off pace. They didn't convert. Guzman, high snap, but he gives it off to Turner, left side, and Turner able to twist his way down to about the 16-yard line.
Yeah, they give it to Turner. He takes it off the outside, and just like they've been doing all night, he's running really hard, making the first guy miss and getting positive ground yards. While that clock continues to churn.
40-second play clock, and Douglas is not in a big hurry to do much of anything right now. Guzman settles in. Play clock to 10. He's got it. Gives Talbert. Talbert works his way down the left side, first down. It looked like he had absolutely nothing. And then here he comes with about 7 or 8 yards out of nowhere.
Well, he didn't have anything. He made 3 guys miss. It took, again, the 4th guy tackled him. And he didn't even get him to the ground. He just pushed him out of bounds. So the young man's dangerous. Looked like he might have been dealing with some Krampus or something out there.
Well, let's see. No, apparently he went out of bounds before he got the first down.
He's out in the huddle stretching them calves out.
I saw him. No, it is first and goal. Okay, they did put it down at the 8. First and goal there. I saw him limp off.
He's
after
back
a play
in the game,
on the other end of the field. But, yeah, I think he's ready when they need him. First and goal at the 8. It's Talbert. He's hit in the backfield. It doesn't stop him. I think he basically falls on his own strength there back at the 10.
Again, made that first guy miss. It should have been a loss, but, it's tough bringing him to the ground if you're the first tackler to get to him. He's done an excellent job of eluding tacklers tonight.
And he squared him up pretty well, but, yeah, then he squares up air. It's something. Bledsoe able to eventually take him down. Second and goal from the 10. Ross is the setback now. He's on Guzman's right. 2 receivers right. Guzman gives Ross, and Ross lowers his head and picks his way for probably the 2 yards that were lost on the previous play. Really back to 3rd and goal at the 8.
Yeah, textbook drive this time by the Broncos. I mean, they're eating up a ton of clock, and Bulldogs just can't stop them. They're just moving the football down the field with pretty much ease.
3rd down and goal. The clock will tick under 3 minutes here. Ross stays in as the setback. Guzman looks it over. Play clock down to about 5. He's got it. Guzman fires. Oh, nearly intercepted. Oh, goodness, that was right in the hands of Jerron Combs. And, boy, that would have been interesting.
It looked like he might have taken that one to the house if he could have just held on to it. And that was the sort of break that the Bulldogs needed, and really kind of speaks to how their night is gone. You know, nothing seems to be, or not much seems to be going their way.
Sure. So 4th and goal at the 8. Douglas is going to keep the offense on. 2 receivers each way. Whistles blow just as we get that one underway. Somebody's going to talk about it. It will be Frederick Douglass. We will take the break as well. 4th and goal when we come back. 14-0 Douglas here on Glycod.
Miller's Ace Hardware is more than a store, a proud community partner. They're the place for answers to your home repair or improvement questions. Mention this ad and receive a refilled propane tank for $19.99. Visit the helpful Miller's Ace folks at any of their 4 Louisville locations: Preston Highway and Gilmore Lane, St. Matthews, Taylor Boulevard, or the West End. And remember to download the Ace Hardware app for rewards when you shop.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
So 4th and goal, offense again staying on. Last Douglas field goal try was blocked. I don't think they've got a lot of confidence in that at this point. Ross is the setback beside Guzman. Guzman's got 2 receivers each way. Guzman sets, fires, overthrows his man in the corner of the end zone, and that will turn the ball over on downs. But I don't think Coach McPeek is too upset with that one because, again, 2:42 to go in the ball game. I think he accomplished probably what he wanted.
I would say so, and I like the play call. Looked like there was a little bit of contact out there, but no call, so I'll call it good defense by the Bulldogs, and they've got the basically the length of the field to go to try to get a touchdown here.
Mr. Ron Davidson out there in coverage. Jordan Williams is going to be at quarterback here. You probably are out of the Wildcat at this point.
Oh, no doubt about it. With 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go, I expect to see that ball in the air pretty often during this drive.
First down from their own 8, down 2 scores. Williams sets, got some time. They set up a screen. It's caught. Out over the 10 to about the 14, maybe 15-yard line goes the receiver.
Yeah, it looks like that was Courtney Jones on the screen there. And decent gain, but they're going to need a bit more than that if they want to try to come back and make this a game.
2nd and 3 at the 15. Hit Jones for 7. Williams, throw incomplete up at about the 28, 29-yard line. It's a little high, but pretty good job breaking it up there by the Broncos.
I believe that was Clark. Looked like he might have took a pretty good shot to the back that time.
I'm afraid. They're going to hold things up. Sion Khan, the man over there in coverage.
Yeah, it looked like he took a shot in the back after that, trying to make that catch. Hopefully that young man's okay. And
we're going to step aside for a quick break as they tend to him. 3rd down upcoming for the Bulldogs here on Glycod.
Miller's Ace Hardware is more than a store, a proud community partner. They're the place for answers to your home repair or improvement questions. Mention this ad and receive a refilled propane tank for $19.99. Visit the helpful Miller's Ace folks at any of their 4 Louisville locations: Preston Highway and Gilmore Lane, St. Matthews, Taylor Boulevard, or the West End. And remember to download the Ace Hardware app for rewards when you shop.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
14-0, just awaiting dealing with an injured player here on the sideline after that last pass. As we await, we will take another break. Hear another word from our commercial sponsors here on Glycod.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
The injured player has been tended to. It's James Clark, who's slowly making his way back to the other sideline. I'm no doctor, but that looks like an ankle if I were asked to make a guess.
Yeah, he's definitely being a little ginger on one of those ankles, and he took a nice shot in the back, actually, on that last attempted reception, but looks like he might have came down odd on that ankle, though.
Yeah, he's had to come all the way across, and he's still only about to the left hash. It's taken him a long minute. He's walking, but not much more. Yeah, he's still slowly making his way over to the numbers now. You hate to see that.
You got big Christian White out there. I'm surprised he didn't just pick him up.
Yeah, no kidding.
There we go.
Yeah, that's basically what we're looking at here. So, yeah. It looks to be the left ankle or foot, but nice hand for James Clark as he makes his way now into the bench area. 3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs. And Jordan Williams sets, rushed, sacked. Boy, that was an impressive pass rush off the edge.
Yeah, you got that, again, that inexperienced offensive line of the male Bulldogs. You're in a situation where you have to throw, so the Broncos have got their ears pinned back, and they're just going. Not much you can do about that.
No, not at all. 4th down, and I assume, given the timing, that it'll be a go for it here. Lamont Brown, the man who made the sack there. So Mayo going from their own 9. They got to make the 18 to move the sticks.
And they could use a touchdown on this play.
And before they do, we're going to have a timeout. Timeout by the Bulldogs, and we will take it as well. 14-0, 126 to play here on Glycod.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
4th down, and the Bulldogs get one more chance to move the ball. Been a frustrating game for Mayo. Some opportunities missed that I'm sure Coach Wolf will be pointing out tomorrow.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, lots to go over in the film room tomorrow. Touchdown called back. We got a missed field goal. Just several opportunities blown by the Bulldogs this evening.
Near pick 6 right there a minute ago. So, yeah, it could easily be a different story, but it's 14-0, and Jordan Williams one more chance. 4th and 9. He loads up, fires. Deep ball is incomplete up at about the 30-yard line. Nothing doing. Well played by the secondary for Douglas, and that'll turn it over.
Yeah, there was some contact out there, but it looked like the receiver actually ran into the DB trying to get to the ball. So no call, and first and goal to start this drive for the Broncos.
I'd assume that they will probably try to finish this one out.
Yeah, you would think this would be the last series here, and just Broncos get out of here with the victory. Bulldogs just haven't had much luck on offense moving the ball.
It is victory formation for Frederick Douglass, and Jaden Guzman takes a knee. He'll have to do it 2 more times. That will finish the story tonight.
Yeah, solid game by Jaden Guzman, man. As a freshman quarterback, he's really impressed me, just leading this offense. And the Broncos were averaging a little over a turnover per game. No turnovers for them tonight. So that and just controlling the ground game has, really been the keys to victory for those guys tonight.
Now, really, with the exception of the 2 errant snaps early in the game, it's been a pretty clean night for Douglas.
Absolutely, I agree.
Guzman takes another knee. That'll actually do it, yeah. Coach McPeek sends his team to the midfield stripe to step across and shake hands. Coach Wolf's already got the Bulldogs en route, so the final seconds will tick off. But at the end of this one, Frederick Douglass will improve to 3-3. Mail will fall to 3-3. 2 excellent 6A programs. 2 teams that could see each other again down the line in the postseason, given the relative talent and excellence on both rosters. But I do think there'll be some things that Mayo will kick themselves for a little bit in this one, and some things for Douglas that you got to pat yourself on the back about. But that's going to be the story today. The clock hits 0. Frederick Douglass 14, Mayo 0. We'll be back to recap it, tell you tonight's most outstanding players here on Glycod.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Blind Select, not just blinds. Blind Select, not just blinds.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by HKC Roofing. For your next roof repair or improvement, contact HKC at 502-212-1081 or visit roofyourhouse.com. HKC Roofing. Better than guaranteed.
Frederick Douglass, a 14-0 winner tonight here at Mayo. Good time to point out to you that tonight's scoreboard you've been seeing throughout is presented by Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you. 7508 Preston Highway, 502-968-5657. There's a few penalties as this crew called here tonight. I think they might have some post-game barbecue reservations.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It looked like they were trying to get out of here a little early tonight, and they pulled it off, I think.
I've got 3 total penalties down for the game. So, yeah, that's definitely a season low. We had a game earlier where Valley won the game and had 21 flags. So
wow.
That's quite different than tonight. But tonight, a quiet second half because it was 14-0 at intermission and it didn't really change. Mayo put together a really nice drive, went from their own 9 all the way down to about the 30-yard line. But for one thing, it ate up about half of a quarter worth of clock, but for another, just got behind the chains there at the end, and a fourth down play didn't really go anywhere, and that was probably the last best shot for the Bulldogs. Coming out of here, I think you probably consider seeing more of that Wildcat. I think that was probably the most effective thing they could do offensively, and I liked the tandem backfields. I like being able to send out a fresh Wildcat quarterback and running back every time you get your play in. You keep from running the same guy into the ground, and they seem to have some nice momentum alternating. I think it was using Jones with Davidson and then Kinzel with White as the tandems, and I like that. That seemed to work pretty well.
So did I. I mean, they were mixing it up, and that was that was the best thing they did tonight on offense. Getting those guys in there and running that offense, and unfortunately, Jordan Williams just didn't have as much luck. Again, still struggling in the traditional running game and the passing game for the Bulldogs, and it was a long night. So hopefully they can get to the film room, get some of these things together, and show up next week for Southern polished.
Absolutely. Steve Bird passes along. The last time that Mayo was shut out twice in a season was back in 2017. Of course, next week we'll be here for their game with Southern, and that will probably be some easier sledding. And again, a nice chance to remember some of those legendary Bulldog teams of the past. You hope your young guys pay attention to that. I'm sure in the day-to-day grind sometimes it seems like a lot of work, a lot of hassle, but the goal at the end can make it all worthwhile.
Oh, no doubt about it. It is a lot of work, and it is a lot of hassle and some consistency and some discipline. I mean, it really takes a lot to put together a championship, and next week Mayo's going to be bringing out some of their past champions. So, if you got some time on your hands, come out and join us and celebrate those folks.
Absolutely, and whether you join us or not, tune us in on Glycott. You can check out all the action. We're going to step aside for a quick break. Be back to give you some final numbers for tonight and tell you tonight's most outstanding players. But Frederick Douglass, a winner here, 14-0 over Mayo here on Glycott.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Seminole Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.seminole.com. Seminole Realtors, always one step ahead.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank. Building our community together.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Van Treese team with Semin Realtors, always one step ahead, and Blinds Direct, your window decoration specialists.
Welcome back to Male High School, where the Bulldogs come up on the short end of a 14-0 decision to Frederick Douglass. And now for a look at tonight's final numbers from German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. Normally we present a scoring recap, but in fact there isn't any more scoring to add. It was 14-0 at halftime. It's 14-0 the final. So in lieu of that, let's take it back and recap how we got to 14-0. And the big play is the one that I think we'll certainly remember. Frederick Douglass's first offensive snap, 82-yard touchdown run to Kari Talbert. And right away, that was a statement maker, Dion.
Oh, for sure. I actually had that as one of the keys for both teams. Like, hey, if you want to come out with the victory tonight, you really need to establish the ground game. And what better way to do that than give it to Dakari Talbert and have him break for an 82-yard touchdown.
Talbert, the long run off the right side, it's a beauty, and then had a 15-yard scoring run early in the second quarter, and that's it. That's the points for tonight, so no new numbers. But to your point, the final rushing totals, 174 for Frederick Douglass, 109 for Mayo. Total yardage, 301 for Douglass, 174 for Mayo. A few individual numbers here. Dakari Talbert, 18 carries, 192 yards, 2 touchdowns, including that gorgeous 82-yarder. Jeremiah Turner, 7 for 30. He did a nice job in relief. Through the air, it was all about Jaden Guzman, 11 for 15, 127 yards. No touchdowns, but also no interceptions, and just ran a very smooth game.
Oh, I'm very impressed. I mean, when you look at those numbers, and understand that this kid was playing in middle school last year, or he was an 8th grader anyway. He was in middle school. I'm not sure where he was playing at, but he really came out, and I was really curious to see how he was going to be able to handle this male high school atmosphere. And that young man is quite mature and had a solid game tonight.
Absolutely. Campbell Pointer, 5 catches for 66 yards. He was the big threat through the air. For Mayo, the rushing, mostly those Wildcat quarterbacks making the big plays. Christian White, 4 for 49. Steron Davidson, 6 for 33. Tyson Kinzel, 6 for 24. Courtney Jones, 4 for 12. Through the air, Jordan Williams 5 of 13, 51 yards, had an interception on a deflected pass early in the game. Steron Davidson did throw a pass, completed it for 14 yards. That one to Jesse Jones. Jones had 2 catches for 31. That was the reception leader for Male. Jerron Combs gets a note here for 9 tackles tonight. Steron Davidson had 6 and a couple of TFLs and a sack included in that. But a couple of big numbers that I think sum it up. Possession time, Douglas 28-36 to 19-24 for Male. And third downs, Douglas 7 for 12, Male 2 for 8.
Yeah, Frederick Douglass did a great job of just controlling the clock with that ground game, just kind of grinding it out. And they didn't have to score a bunch of points because, again, they did a great job of controlling the ball. And really the Bulldogs just one too many mistakes tonight. I mean, this was closer than a 14-0 game. I mean, we got a touchdown that was called back. They dropped what looked like could have been a pick six. So several blown opportunities by the Bulldogs tonight that could have kept them in this ball game.
Absolutely. Good point, Dion. We're going to step aside one more time. On the other side, tell you tonight's most outstanding players. Get you ready for next week's action. Never too early to start thinking about next week for the Bulldogs off a 14-0 setback to Douglas here on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Back here at Mayo High School, where Frederick Douglass, a 14-0 winner over the Bulldogs. Time for tonight's most outstanding players. They're brought to you by State Farm Insurance agent Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And, what can you say? For Frederick Douglass, I feel a little bad for Jaden Guzman because real shout-out to Guzman. Guzman played a really sharp game tonight, 11 for 15, 127 yards.
Any other night, we'd probably be talking about Jaden Guzman as player of the game because, that young man really put together a nice effort and showed me a lot moving forward. This guy, forget him being a good quarterback when he's a junior or senior. He's a good quarterback as a freshman.
Oh, yeah, he's a good quarterback tonight, and he showed that. I mean, you can look at the stats again. He was 11 of 15 for 127 yards, no touchdowns. And if I'm not mistaken, those 2 sacks were probably botched snaps maybe. So, again, man, he did a really good job at the quarterback position, but he wasn't the best Bronco tonight.
No, it's hard to dispute the guy who gallops 82 yards on your first offensive snap. Dakari Talbert, his 3rd consecutive 100-yard game, 18 carries, $192, 2 touchdowns. He was phenomenal. He was everything he was billed as, and certainly for Frederick Douglass, if you're going to play deep in the postseason with this team, Dakari Talbert's going to have some more games like this.
Oh, no doubt about it. That man really he really showed out. And with this being Halloween, Dakari, you are a beast, and you look like a monster out there tonight, man. I mean, just really tough to bring down. You know what I mean? He was elusive. He was making 2 and 3 guys miss almost every time he touched the ball, and I guess that's why he ended up with a first down. He was averaging a first down per carry tonight.
Yeah, that helps your offensive decision-making when a guy's averaging 10.7 yards a carry. For the Bulldogs, a tough call. You end up going with Christian White. He had 4 rushes for 49 yards. Haven't really seen that from him, but he came in as a Wildcat quarterback, able to do some good things there. And then meanwhile, defensively, he has 6 tackles and a pair of tackles for loss. That's more the arena that we see Christian contributing in. But moving forward, it's going to be interesting. We'd seen some Steron Davidson Wildcat. Now we've seen some Christian White Wildcat. And I think that's probably the takeaway, that both of those have their high points and can do some good things for the Bulldogs moving forward.
Yeah, Christian White just had an overall solid game. Again, like you said, he had 6 tackles tonight, and he actually led the Bulldogs in rushing. I'm not sure how many times he's done that, but again, 51 yards rushing. Again, solid game on defense, so we're going to hand him that most outstanding player for the Bulldogs.
So credit to Dakari Talbert, Christian White, our most outstanding players. Coming up next Friday, a look at Week 8 presented by the Van Treese team at Simenon Realtors. Always one step ahead. Hard to believe it's Week 8 coming up, but there it is, a nice slate of games. Dion, you and I will be back here. Southern comes to Mail. We'll be here for that one. My main man, Scott, here will be over at Madison Central. Douglas will play their next game there at Madison Central. Both should be good action. Both will be here on Glycod. St. X going to Manual, always a fun one. Lafayette at Henry Clay, and then Woodford County. Dennis Johnson's team goes to Collins. So a nice slate of games. We're getting in position to get in position. The regular season ends on Halloween, so, it's time to figure it all out, get it all together, because postseason football just barely a month away now.
Oh, yeah, postseason is knocking on the door, and it's now or never. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Either you're going to get it together or you're not going to get it together for this season. So, again, Male Bulldog showed some bright glimpses. If they can clean up just a few of these minor mistakes, again, you're looking at a pretty solid Bulldog team.
Thanks to my team, which is always pretty solid. I'm Joe Cox. Dion Reese, my analyst. Scott Moore, my producer. Steve Bird, production assistant. Leslie Moore keeps us all working and moving forward. Max Gorley on the camera. Ryan Cox is our spotter. And just a big shout out to all of you for tuning in and listening. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope we've got another good week ahead. Good night from Male High School. Frederick Douglass 14, Male 0. Thanks for watching here on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been UA Local 502 Louisville Football Friday. UA Local 502 and the Mechanical Contractors Association of Kentucky. We do it right the first time. Tonight's game was brought to you by Red Ball Recycling, your premier metal recycling solution. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. German American Bank, building our community since 1910. State Farm Insurance Agent Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Anderson Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. and by Interstate Batteries and Holy Smokes Barbecue.
Visit glycod.com and follow us on social media for information about upcoming broadcasts and other high school sports content. Thank you for watching this live sports presentation on Glycod.